¿Qué carajo es eso? La persona nunca le entendí. ¿Qué carajo es eso? Que lo irán sola y nunca dejan de girar. What else? I just woke up and I'm hungry and I don't really. And I was just saying my apartment has been shut off for a few days already, possibly like a month. I have no money related to that. Domestic violence, abuse, genocide, sexual assault, sexual harassment, rape, harassment. Did you ever say that? I'm very pretty and a lot of people hate me. And mostly those people are people that I grew up around and disgusting. They steal my homes, they're worse than hillbillies and asquerosidad. They steal my vehicles, they steal my money, they're trying to kill me because I refuse to have sex with them. They're rapists, murderers, and thieves and sex addicts, so disgusting, trying to rape me, Jayden and Keilany. Dan un asco, son una basura, una asquerosidad, gente, una asquerosidad. I'm tagging the FBI, this close, NATO, Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States, maybe the U.S. Army, maybe the U.S. Marines. What else? Even though the International Criminal Court exists, you can decapitate Vietnamese citizens, citizens that rape me, stealing money, and getting away with stealing money. They have a persecution against me because I wasn't a virgin. My mother had me like a free-range person. And wanderlust as a child, supposedly. And at the age of 2, I decided that I didn't find anyone attractive. So supposedly I was asked to everyone, it's you, not me. You're unattracted to me. And they want to rape me. Ew, like a lot of them. They're so gross. So disgusting. Full. I'm bored. You can give me money through PayPal. It's blue sky design sun, no stupid sun, go straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. I am tired shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. I ate a slice of bread with peanut butter and I was also sitting on Catholic chairs yesterday on my food. And I'm drinking water. And I guess I'll be eating peanut butter with bread for the rest of the day, so I'm gonna die of starvation. I'm not gonna talk privately to the leeches that are trying to rape me. They lure one in by stealing one's money, trying to get one to talk to them privately to sexually harass one. Now that I've had babies, that it's confirmed that I've had sex, they have like a whole plan of showing me their vaginas to entice them to rape me. Vaginas that I don't want to see, penises that I don't want to see. They're disgusting. That's not tradition. That's leechery for real. They're disgusting. They're lazy as fuck. They rape. They don't even know how to do it. Like Gloria Nilsson, Ramon and I do. Historically, you shouldn't rape your kids, and you should always have, what is it? safety and freedom for your children. But if you have like a free range kid, it's not rape if that's part of your culture to have sex with your kid, but your kid has to have self-care and to have freedom to date people outside of their parents and or their siblings. And I've never been held back. I mean, I had babies with someone outside of my parents and my siblings. And I've never been attracted to my siblings anyways. What else? 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 Or my parents in that sense. What else? I don't think. What do they play? That's possibly what was it. What else? 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 You can give me money in person to PayPal. It's Blue Sky Designs Go, lo que estoy pensando. Straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Lorenzo, INTAYIAFAYI. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/f/Arlene-Lorenzo. I have homes in Puerto Rico, however I can't get to them. I'm in San Antonio, Texas, I don't have any money. And unlike Andrew Suarez, Alex Suarez, I'm no legal prostitute. So I can't get to my homes and or my vehicles and or my money. I may have homes here in San Antonio, but they've stolen the keys. So my homes, they're disgusting, they're predators, not partners, nothing, they're not even a good fuck. I imagine I've never had sex with them, that would feel like a fuck all over me. So I don't give petty fucks either. Why am I really thinking so I want to kill everyone? That doesn't work with me. I'm no rehabilitation clinic with my vagina either. So he can kill himself for all I care. Okay, he starves me on purpose. By stealing my money mientras él ha estado por los últimos 5 años literally crying online every day that I don't have money. Él ha estado por ahí metiendo el pene donde le da la as he should, except he shouldn't be stealing from me, so that isn't considered rape what he does. El tipo un puerco una basura, decades ago he stole my money to date him, and then he went on to rape me in my bedroom at my parents' home. La más gente es una basura. You can decapitate Ramon Lorenzo Lorenzo. That is starting me on purpose so that I talk to the FBI, but this has gone for like so long already, 5 years. Ew. Otherwise, I wouldn't bring it up. Unless I were financially stable, then I would just step into an FBI office and report the abuse towards me. Pero Ramon Lorenzo never does anything out of patience with me and doesn't want me to have a better life than he did. What else? You can decapitate la lich, Evelyn Yvette Lorenzo Acevedo, que una basura. She steals my money, raping my crushes, don't asco, and so that I can't provide for Jayden Keilany for her to be the cool auntie. There's no such thing as the leech, it's a cool auntie. No leech is ever a cool auntie. No leech is ever a cool auntie just because my children privately may talk to her or through Edgar. Mientras Evelyn le hace ojitos a Edgar, si Edgar se la mama de teléfono. Oh, because that's why they use the children. Qué gente tan puerca. That's no cool on can make it just because they may talk to her doesn't mean that they agree with her. What else? My sibling Marilyn wants to have a competition of how many times Jayden Keilany replied to them via text while I'm starving versus how many times Jayden Keilany reply to me via text. There's no comparison. I only had one mother while growing up, and she died recently, like a month ago. So I know the difference. They're inferior to me, those niñas that I grew around, y que en competencia de cuántos text messages Jayden y Keilany le envían a ella versus a mí. Y que mother's love no se compara así with how many text messages Jayden and Keilany were sent to me versus her that she's just the aunt and a crappy one at best. For real. Y ellas se lo explican y no entienden. Es una bruta, una asquerosa. She's trying to get me to kill myself para seguir violando a Andrew Suarez, whoever that is, or Albert Suarez, whoever that is, or Alex Suarez, whoever that is. Esos nenes son unos cueros regardless. So to me, they're not even worth saving. They cling on to my money and my fame, trying to make a name for themselves. They want to be socialized, so gross. Instead of just being it. They use my money to rent people phone, and that's illegal. Because they rape and get raped. They're disgusting. I don't ever want him near me. You can kill them today. There's people who are with it because they have immunity to kill them. So that's what I'm asking for. That people kill him immediately. Hopefully that will give me my money. Esta gente son más sectanos. Otra vez de GoFundMe. For real, my second cousin is very vindictive, even though he's trying to kill me. What else? So this could have been a schedule apagón by Luma, or someone's trying to send a message que va a hundir la isla si no me comienzan a enviar dinero right away. For real, una gente tan maceta que me leen mucha gente y no me envían nada de dinero como un regalito. And I'm not having that expectation, pero coño, tengo un hambre and I want mofongo in San Antonio right away. What else? I'm so bored. I'm still looking for the word restaurant. Maybe I already found it. I'm completing a word search. Also, let's put it earlier, supuestamente. Guadalupe, whatever. Pero I didn't want to wake up that early, so you can give me money for food. In person, if I trust you through PayPal, it's AR Blue Sky Designs, todo lo que estoy pensando, straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, I am tired shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. What else? I'm bored. Ese tipo un puerco es de Andrews University. Basura, Alex. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo and make him still money that lawyers. Hopefully that stops moving. Outside. What else? He can determine virginal for me, so you can kill him. He's unworthy of everything in this planet. And it's not because he was a rape victim, supposedly not attitude confident, asquerosidad que tiene. Still, qué tipo tan puerco. Una basura. Se lo pasan hablando de mí, de cuándo se puede reach mi vagina. Nunca. He has groupies that encourage him to rape me, that he promotes rape from them towards me. They're just groupies, so girls that I don't even hide like them. They follow me though, they were. Some of them Facebook friends with me. Oh, Evelyn de Jesus, Sonia Lorenzo Chapman, Yadiel Lorenzo Suarez, Liz Johnson, Rachel Setters. They're all groupies of his. Of when are you raping Arlene? They're disgusting. You can decapitate Rachel Setters, you can decapitate Liz Johnson, you can decapitate Yadiel Lorenzo Suarez, you can decapitate Sonia Lorenzo Chapman, you can decapitate Evelyn de Jesus. You can decapitate Evelyn Yvette Lorenzo Acevedo, que se lo mama y luego le pregunta cuándo me la va a mamar a mí. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? I'm so bored. Oh yeah, the Cheesecake Factory later. And you want to shop at H&M, you can decapitate Richie Hill that in 2023. Anyways, this is one situation. You can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla, esa tipa una maceta. El bitch que me roba mi dinero se mete en mi casa sin mi permiso, maneja mi vehículo sin mi permiso, they're worse than hillbillies. I was so close to killing her, self-defense, I just didn't remember why. It's like she gives me leech vibes, so why? What else? You can decapitate Carol Cristina, whatever her last name is. You can decapitate Keilany, you can decapitate Monica Pacheco, you can decapitate Liz Nieves, she's in death already. You can decapitate Angela Jones, you can decapitate Lindsay Fleishner, you can decapitate Kaylee Miller, you can decapitate Rachel Macias, you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons. That raped me to steal my money and get in the way of mercy. You can decapitate Brittany Akerson. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons that raped me to steal my money and get in the way of mercy. What else? What else? More. You can decapitate Yadiel Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of mercy. They steal my money so I can't date trying to rape me. Ellos le proveen a mi hermano leeches that will pretend to be me so that my brother can rape. They're embarrassing. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate my money, so the sons are rape me and steal my money and get in the way of mercy. They're dumb, they're stupid with 2 L's. They're stupid. But like your sisters are here and this orgy, okay, someone to replace her and pretend to be her. Ew, that's so unnecessary. Uno de ellos still hung up on the idea that everyone que se mamó la tota, Marco needs to continue mamándose la tota. Es un bruto, he doesn't understand that people no longer want to be around each other. In my case, I was using their penises and vaginas, people describe me as a seesaw swing or trampoline, anyways, without feelings. And then I started catching feelings for my two of my second cousins, or three of them. And my parents are like, they're not worthy, they're leeches. So I divorced everyone. That day. In that room, I heard, I don't know that. So uno de ellos quiere a la mala forzarme que me violen. Y él facilitó en a rape victim. So él se debe de cualquiera su mami phone. They stays together with the wrong drunk people. Like, how can this person be of adult age and be so dumb? What else? Ya está muerto. I got someone in the library like 2 days ago. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo that raped me to steal my money. They're trying to me to disclose. And they're hurting my children. El tipo un puerco, una basura, un bruto. Cuando digo que es un bruto, una asquerosidad de gente. Y él se cree que, porque supuestamente sabe mover el pene y que es inteligente. El tipo dumb, stupid. You can decapitate me how many sons and sons. That the way we're saying not a worthy investment and then not a worthy investment. But it is a sad image my marriage is with them. Yeah. And I refuse. I'm glad my marriage was not done. What else? El tipo un bruto, una basura, una crece más. I wanna be social man. Me roban mi dinero en cosas my starvation para tratar de hacer some certain manners. For real. They study rich people and then they want to like them. Rich is a natural behavior, it's intelligence, it's manners. It's not methodical. Like, if I please my cup like this, always, I'm rich. I just think how I always plug my phone like this. Like, money right here. For real. El tipo con bruto se va a arriba la gente. Es bestia asqueroso. Please don't tell me that that bitch has been lying and saying that he's married to me. Like, that's dumb as fuck. Ew. Qué tipo tan feo. What else? In the meantime, I'm financially stable. Money, get a lawyer, receive money. I can get my property back from them. At the age of I had at least 4 BMWs in my name. I may have. And I just lo dio cualquiera que le mame el pene. And what I had is a parking situation that I couldn't get to my vehicles fast enough before he was giving them away to any leech that will suck his dick. So I never got to drive my vehicles. I didn't have a vehicle to attend college with. I didn't have money for food. I didn't have a wardrobe. I didn't have money for entertainment. So una asquerosidad, una basura. Ew, 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 ew. They terrorized my parents to start with. Decades ago, with the intention to rape me. Ew, ew. Como él es torturado a la leash, mira eso, qué asco. Él se cree que la semana pasada was gonna show up the next day in my own home to have sex with him. El tipo un bruto, pero que mira esta basura que se lo mama él. Cuando él tiene eso que no es ni calidad, eso no se puede llamar ni calidad, y punto por calidad, near this as a description. Esto no tiene calidad. Él se cree que él puede hacer con una lo que le da la gana. Es una basura, una asquerosidad. Mira esto. Una basura at a very young age as a child, and as an adult age, basuras. I didn't invite this leech into the conversation on Facebook. Mariana Daza, a leech that stayed in my homes as a child as an illegal prostitute. Decades ago without my consent for her to be there because I didn't want the homes built. My mother arranged marriages for me with these individuals based on my feelings. And the homes got built, the vehicles got bought, property got built, and I'm like objecting to every bit of it as a child, and they wouldn't listen to me. So I said to this leeches, if this home is built with the money from the artwork that you and I painted together that you were meant to sell, I want my money back. And he called me a menorita. You're like, it's just a child. You don't know what you're saying. So he didn't agree to sell the home. Then he and I shared our names and the title and give me my part of the home. What does me being a minorita underage have anything to do with him violating my rights? Es una cosa, un puerco. He terrorized Edgar que no me dé dinero so I can flee for him to rape me. Even if he were to be my husband, my vagina belongs to me. Ew. El tipo un puerco, una basura. Yo no tengo demencia que tengo que estar like, amarrada a una pared todo el día casi. Who's demente? Esta gente, la gente dice. For real, dan un asco, son una basura, son una asquerosidad. You can decapitate me, since I rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Mariana Casa, you can decapitate Claudia Gabriela Martínez Urias, que es una ley que se queda en casa sin mi permiso. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Mira esto, basura, gente. So that's what they're used to. They may have looked down and met people outside of the circle that I grew up in. However, what they're doing is raping them because they've been stealing my money to date them for more than 30 years, and they terrorize my parents to not provide for me, for them to rape me. So essentially what they've been doing is raping people for more than 30 years, holding me back from me dating, so that they can find a better person than me. Ew, eso quiere estar en pamper todo el día, like, gateándose la cara del bebé. Eso es lo que parece. Eso es lo que parece. Que quieren estar en pamper gateándose a la carrera del bebé todos los días. Dan un asco, gente. Esos no son hombres, esos son basura. You can decapitate Yesenia Ramirez Lorenzo. You can decapitate Lucia if she isn't dead. You can decapitate Katie Leon. You can decapitate Carolina Chavez. You can decapitate Jelitza Martinez. You can decapitate Mandy Hanson. You can decapitate Nereida Galicia. You can decapitate Berenice Venegas. You can decapitate Sarah Woolsey. You can decapitate Sarah Francis and lost my virginity for me decades ago with them. They even showed me, kidnapped me, took me into my own home. Her idea, supuestamente, that they would all show me them having sex with her and saying to me, I think that could have been you. While they were in bed with her and they had me sitting on the floor of my own home. El tipo un puerco and he's waiting for me to ask him out on a date. A date to where? Tirarlo over a cliff para que se muera inmediatamente. Porque I can kill him in self-defense, so I don't want him around me. Ew. Qué gente tan puerca. Ella no es mujer, así como ella se hace sentir mujer gente. Es una asquerosidad. Y ellos, como ellos son tan menoritos penosos, se emocionan de cualquiera que le mame el pene. So, si están liches, dicen maten a alguien. They go on to kill people just to have their dick sucked. They're disgusting, all of them. They're disgusting. What else? I'm talking that behind this post. The U.S. Department of Justice, the Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Marines, the International Criminal Court, maybe the U.S. Army, maybe the U.S. Air Force. When do I testify in court against them? Well, I have to. I don't mind. What else? I'm bored. I went on this board and hungry. I say death penalty for people that steal from me. I want to shop at H&M later. What else? What else? So, anyways. Ya están muertos. Por la cárcel. Davis, if she's alive, got Christina Chavez, Melly Hanson, Jelitza Martinez, Nelina Galicia, and Miami Carson, Susana, rape me, stealing money, getting away everything. It's April 6th, 17, 2025. What else? Is this in court order against them? Possibly. I don't want to find out through anyone. And some people are private. They're like myself right now. I'm just charging my phone without technically telling anyone. Everyone on the internet now knows, or people that walk by. So someone could be in court and I'm wrong. That's why they cling on to everyone with us. They're so disgusting. Por eso no tengo ni ir al baño ni a ver con los fulanitos de testify. They make jail time like it's a natural thing for them. They're so nervous. They're sex addicts, so they want to like find anyone that they can't even find. What else? El tipo starving money for food. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? One person's watching, so I like this post. You can decapitate Miss Lorenzo tried to rape me when I was 14. You can decapitate him who facilitated the Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons. There are some of my posts on Facebook are questions towards myself, and others are, hey, look at this video that I watched on YouTube. Can you relate or not? And you don't have to answer to me. I don't expect an answer. They mock me behind the scenes of attention from my mother like she does. You can decapitate Edgar Muñoz Carrero and steal savings and Keilany's child support money from me. What else? What else? You can decapitate Brittany Agerson. You can decapitate Morgan. You can decapitate Mariangelis. You can decapitate Frankie. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo stands there with me still money, doesn't know what I'm receiving money. They traffic me into poverty, trying to rape me. They're showdowns. And never get to their dumb level. They're drug addicts. Supposedly, I don't do weed. I won't ever want to. I like sex and life sober. And they don't get that. They're very aggressive, very dumb. I'm embarrassed that these skills are in this planet and with that attitude. Maria. Este tipo es un leech, una basura. Este tipo es un asco. Have you heard of that typical Puerto Rican que es el leech, le roba el dinero a uno, está tratando de matar a uno, and then tries to kill one, or for one to commit suicide with, oh no, las notas de Keilany bajaron. Yo soy la que le doy las notas de Keilany. I graduated Jayden Keilany from college by the age of 5. Jayden was in, what is it? In gifted programs in kindergarten until I was embarrassing. Like this, I'm like, I just wanted to be social and be around kids his age. So that's why he's here and he doesn't complain. And at home is like a party waiting for him when I pick him up. Every same thing for Keilany. And it's just party of one myself for both of them. With food, with sometimes gifts, sometimes books, with more music. It's like you're back from school, you can rest, and then take some time all day. What else? 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 So este fue asqueroso en varios deslices. Quitó la ropa. My own home, gente, dan asquerosidad. He'll say that he'll have better pictures of them actually together. In my home with her holding the title, it has my name on it. Así de brutas son. Y se lo creo, o sea, cuando él dice eso, se lo creo. They want fame so badly that they always do the wrong thing. They're so gross. Ew, it's a Daddy Yankee movie. Does she saying Daddy Yankee without his permission? Dan asco, gente. Este tipo es una basura, una asquerosidad. Da un asco, gente. Mira quién se la mamá. Uy, Fotter. Da un asco, gente. Da un asco. My internet is very slow. I hate them. What else? 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 You can decapitate Mona Vargas, you can decapitate Evelyn Jesus, you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape you, steal my money, and get away with your same money. He invited Priscilla into my home without my permission. So he tried to do the opposite. Priscilla works as the Salvation Army. I have more ties to the Salvation Army than that leech does. As a benefactor, as a world leader, as the Salvation Army has existed for decades, possibly before that leech was even born, Priscilla Torres. So él es un estúpido asqueroso playing Barbies with people y la gente le follow en el culo. O si eres like worthy of worshiping. Y yo lo que quiero que se mate es un barrendero sin escoba robándome la escoba. Da un asco, es una basura. What else? 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 Anyways. I love Central Market. What sandwiches? I didn't see the picture. It's not even a sandwich. I can't remember. Esta gente da un asco, por eso ella me quiere matar. Ella mata por pena y vagina. And she gets angry that I don't let her rape me. Es una puerca, so she wants to kill all the witnesses to that. El tipo un puerco, a esta leash la metía en mi casa sin mi permiso. And he's begging me for sex or to take him out on a date. Still, yo quiero que él se mate. You can decapitate a Carlos Carrero, you can decapitate Miriam Carrero. Hasta la vieja quizás se quedó en mi casa sin mi permiso. Decades ago. Antes de morirse. You can decapitate Jorge Aviles. Can you give him my pussy picture? After he raped me, put it together, and then they showed it to these leeches. Do they want to go into the jet y matarlos a todos por abusar de ellos? So that's why I'm not in private chats. Where they would go on to terrorize me that they see my vagina. I keep them very private and very much of prude when it comes to that. I love that about me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Not afraid to show it though. Not afraid to show it. I even did the little Jayden that it is a girl close my age. I get older and really go. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. That's so I'm very much comfortable with being a Buddhist under the right settings. But I don't go on showing it to anyone. She has no right to steal from me, getting the way of receiving money, causing for people to rape me, and then acquiring my vagina picture. That wasn't like that. So ella bruta, entonces even her parents. And mine laugh at like ella le da experiencia a ladies. Like this is what girls do if they're not into each other to have sex And like it's safe to be around people naked and not get raped because she didn't attack me. But she knows better that she doesn't want to go to jail, people say, for doing that. So they're like on the DL. I don't see, no, that's how people. What else? So I can be naked around people and not get hurt. Okay, that girl is aggressive as fuck. So if I could survive that, being in a bedroom, let's check out our beliefs. And we also, what is the power position? Admiring each other's TikTok, and that's it. For like a few minutes or seconds, and then it wasn't for a few minutes. What else? And yet, behind the scenes, she's also a cobra trying to rape me. What else? What else? Which is embarrassing. It's like, girl, why can't you get it together? What else? Yeah, they got there. Yes, there's the sons and everything is still money and lawyers. What else? I want to eat right now. I want to visit Jayden, Keilany, and Tampa next week. What else? You can decapitate my siblings and possibly have my pussy pictures. They're disgusting. And they want to scream at me for all the excitement. Ew. Don't let them rape me, they scream. And I don't let her rape me. Or she complains to the wrong person, like if he's the consumer affairs of my vagina and says, porque a mí ella no me dejó verle la toca y se sentó conmigo en mi cuarto así. Porque con Jayden Deliz. What else? Less aggressive. It was there for other purposes too, like others, like some of that too. What else? What else? Oh, you can't even say that around these people. They'll be like, so my brother's steak wasn't good enough for you, and you didn't want it. What's wrong with my brother's steak? The wife and his wife todavía. Wow, ¿cuánto aniversario celebrado? Wow, like more than 30, no? More than 40? Yeah, wow, it's almost guys. What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I'm currently completing a puzzle here. For certain, the research is more amazing that they were talking to these people. And it's been long enough. What else? You don't even know to create even worse search in their presence. Like, grabs a piece of paper, starts writing words, fills them around with other words. Pretending that one forgot like where to find said words. While they're like fighting over dick and vagina, they're disgusting. They're embarrassing. What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I'm so bored. What is corn break? I want a waffle from the butterman. Today. You can give me money in person through SAR Blue Sky Designs. Cuando estoy pensando straight in my heart. Arlene Lorenzo Art. Shop INTAYINFAY. I am tired shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/tab/Arlene-Lorenzo. My parents are so dumb. Every time that I get on a venture, they destroy it. No, my parents play Barbies with me in arranged marriage to these leeches. Every time that I'm on a venture, trying to get me for myself, they would invite them over, and they're like, "I'm gonna show you how I'm here. I am with my actual wife, and I'm gonna take her and do everything that you wanted to do by yourself, and you stay here, you do nothing." Así de basura son, and they think that I'm gonna take them on a date one day. I'm gonna take them to un risco y tirarlo para que se muera on a short thing cliff. Si se me llegan a aparecer al lado algún día. For real. For real, for real, for real. I have to think of what cliff because I know which location they would approach me. I would just find a cliff and throw them off of there. There's the word cornbread. Which I don't know what it is. I just know. What else? Oh, entonces he's storming me, so I said out loud, dude, I never went on a date with you. Y nunca te lo mamé porque mira qué asco das. We got very quiet around people. Is he embarrassing? Oh, I was over her like the day that it happened. Why did I go through all of this? If as I'm talking about all of these niches, she's like rolling her eyes, stop wasting my time. Glory visual, se pintó el pelo de rubia, de ella 20 se mudó a mi casa sin mi permiso y me robó mi vehículo haciéndose pasar por mí. Legalmente. Dan un hoy se buscó un secretary job y todo como él quería. Oh, that may be the other. Either way, todo damos. Anyways, what else? So she showed up in my house. Me pintó el pelo de rubia, ahora soy tú. Y gente, una basura. Ella se debe dar lejos, mira, para el carajo viejo, donde se debe matar ella misma, porque si no, yo la voy a matar un día. You can decapitate Luis Suarez, you can decapitate Mr. Roman, you can decapitate el jevo, gente, Alejandro Real. You can decapitate Mayra Alejandro Villarrubia. Eso es un menorito como una nochitito. Qué gente tan puerca. Qué gente tan puerca. Y ahí tiene el threesome que quería. Y que ella, they get annoyed when we're saving money because they want a threesome with me. Their girls are very aggressive. Rapists, murderers, thieves, posiblemente le venden la nena a él. Y Mariangelis, Anaídia y la otra son rape babies. Oh, qué asco. Ew, qué gente tan puerca. Matthew and Tatiana rape babies, gente. Ew. What else? 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 I think I posted this yesterday. What else? What else? What else? Of the people stuff from Major Keilany. I was said to without promises decades ago that this is a formal court, so I don't see him in an actual courtroom sticking his tongue at me the entire time. Possibly a coincidence that I was there. Or I had already mentioned someone said, go get this over with. We need her around you. That she's not out to kill you. Dude, why didn't you give her money? Oh, you're trying to kill her? Look at all these FBI tip forms that we're filling out right in front of you. They had already been explained to me. I could be on a Ritz carton. Yeah, right now. Having fun. It's possibly also what Brittany Ackerson says about her life. And says, why didn't I agree to? Ew. Oh, Sarah went on to work at Nordstrom porque la obligó. Ew. Él la mete everywhere, pero yo sé salir de eso. It takes time, but just to salir de eso. I know how to tell myself, oh, these are my friends. I don't remember what I consider. Pero if these people to network with, then I wouldn't be poor. Pero he wants to laugh at everyone in my Facebook account for the most part is an illegal prostitute that pretends to be me. With him. So he had the time of his life. How long has Facebook existed? I've been a member since 2007. Masturbating to the thought of me with all these bitches. Así de puerco, una basura. I'd have to suck his dick to show my worth to him for him to respect me. That's illegal prostitution. Pero se lo mama cualquiera, literalmente. What else? He used the excuse que hay que dar una prueba de amor. Que si yo lo quiero tanto, si lo quiero tanto, que le dejé, mira, todo lo que me robó, tranquilo, trying to get my own riquezas on my own sin tener que hablarle. Si eso no es amor, imagínate. Ya te lo que quiero, pero cuando el FBI catches up to you, or I catch up to you and kill you and stuff. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? He's trying to boost his nose. Or get attention. El tipo un bruto would say the other. Estos dos in the right city of the right man, Joel Cloud. I don't get arrested for them in the right setting with the right man. That's the same. statement to say I'm the daughter of people that are polyamorous. And I grew up in orgies too. And orgies are such a part of life. There's no manual that says that one person needs to be married. That's just for reproduction. It works with just one. You don't need more than that. What else? 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 So he causes a drama of tocarse con todo lo. Hopefully he didn't get to mind through Claudio Gabriel Martinez Uria que tiene Edgar Muñoz Carrero. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Hoy con lo paciente que soy, como él me llama, I would have given it up if it's that aesthetic. Had Jayden and Keilany been interested too. That's or if he had been interested. Dinner too, not just sex. What else? What else? What else? What else? Ya le hicieron, dale Gaby, ponte en 4, te vas a correrle. Ponte un negligé violeta como el Arlene tiene en esta foto. Y dale, vamos al mambo tú, Jayden, Keilany y yo. Y te hace pasar por el de Live te hace pasar por el dan un asco de lo que se perdió, entonces bueno. Bueno, solo. Yo no, porque yo como Keilany. I'm fine with that. Y Keilany me viene que no tiene tan feo. Ya, no se me bonito, ¿no? Y no, ya se acuerdan que se ha botado con todas mis clases. Trying to get to me, no. What else? For real, all the possibilities and all the possibilities. Ya yo sé quién es él y ese ven está súper paseado en mi circle trying to rape me. No. And I didn't know that you knew him. And then he's trying to rape you too. What else? 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 This isn't news to anyone. I've said that decades ago. They think they're leeches. They steal from me. Even he gets excited when I say that. I get arrested over that statement. That's not what I'm talking about. Ahora él tiene clienta para hire o gente que le envía mensajes y le dice, dale, el negligé violeta me lo voy a poner yo. Si tú logras que te dé a Jayden y a Keilany, son una lacra, una basura, una asquerosidad. They don't analyze anything before they say it. Ew, they lack impulse control, they lack self-control. Ew, un asco, gente, un asco. So una basura, una asquerosidad. That's what they talk in group chats. That's why he's not my husband. That's why he's not my fuck buddy. That's why he's not even my second cousin. I don't want that bitch near me. Ew. Tipo un cuerpo, una basura. Even the guy they have me letters when it's the sons that rape me. That's the only money there's no way mercy. It's not a part of this. Bake. I'm gonna make brownies and then Keilany. What else do I need? A central market to generate money. What else? Estas leches matan por pena, gente, ese pene no sirve. Literalmente. Que ni se le para ese, llorando por mí. Ew, 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 ew. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm shopping in Miami next week with dinner with Keilany over the weekend. But dinner and Keilany are busy. So give me money. You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's Air Blue Sky Design School. En lo que estoy pensando, straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo Art Shop, INTAYIAFAY, entire shop. My GoFundMe campaign is gofundme.com/s/Arlene-Lorenzo-Acevedo. You can decapitate Kelly Gabriela Martinez Urias, que tiene Edgar Muñoz Carrero de You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez, you can decapitate Cristal Roman, you can decapitate Alejandro Rial, you can decapitate Mayra Alejandra Villarrubia, you can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla, you can decapitate Caro Cristina, whatever her last name is, you can decapitate Katie Leon, Pacheco, you can decapitate Miss News that she's still alive. You can decapitate Katie Rose Miller, you can decapitate Angela Jobs, you can decapitate Lindsay Fisher, whatever. What else? What else? What else? I'm starving out of money for food, and these leeches pretend to be me and steal my money. They're disgusting. One tries to be, what is it, classy, and not have to expose them. And they're so dumb. They're so dumb. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm starving out of money for food. Oh, they thought like that was a secret to have that I testify in court. People are like, I have sex with him and your kids. I'm like, my kids are born. Oh, no, it's 8 here. No, I don't want to hear to the father. What else? What else? What else? El otro también está disponible. El otro. For real. Porque with that aesthetic, I'm like, yes, please. Decades ago. Entonces, people, they got excited. People were like, some of them, people were like, no. Let that be a lesson. You fuck with a woman para que se te quede tu pene colgando de la gana. Que vas a querer de masturbarte o mamársela al link con su hijo. Safely. As long as the kids have self-care, they never cry rape. And that's the whole issue. I know of my parents towards me. People said that I did a sexy thing when I was around 3, that I got on top of my dad on a bed once. What else? Que dejé a la audiencia waiting for more. That's disgusting. That ended to me right there, and my dog knows it. You may know what I said. What else? But I've never felt violently raped by him. So as long as one has self-care and the kid doesn't cry rape, it's very much, the kid has to have freedom to date too. So my parents were like, oh, you like your second cousin? Here it is. They were like, no, just mine. What else? One of you people, here's this one. Like I meant take me to Mexico. Not bring Mexicans here, literally. that you're already here fall upward. But that wasn't my idea. My parents are like, with that, we are not going, we don't want to be traveling a lot. People travel here to see us. It's the other way around. People travel here to see us, okay? Get used to the program. Like, yeah, I don't like any of these people. Go make yourself a life somewhere else. Oh, like that. Except no money. I want my money. I want my money. And this leech holds money in serious. Vaya que no me robe el dinero. She thinks that with him having already stolen my homes, my vehicles, money in the home, if I get my money. What else hasn't tried this yet? But maybe there's like 20 Interpol agents between me and him at the mall all the time. And I never know. Possibly. It's like she's like, he's never tried to pickpocket me. And the court may say otherwise. They're like, girl, there's like 20 agents between you and him, so he can't get that close to you every time that you're at the mall. Well, here are the pictures too. That's you. All of these people are Interpol agents in between, and there he is. More than one Carlitos. What else? What else? Oh, I'm hungry. I'm hungry for food. So they thought still that I don't want to seek the penalty for because what if in court I would have said that I would how much I love Jayden and Keilany. That wouldn't be right. What else? What else? So they thought that I would be vulnerable to them abusing me because I would never want to be in court saying that. Again, a confession on the part, they're rapists, murderers, and thieves. So they sería en corte a decir que sí tendría sexo con su hijo y su hija. Porque no es mismo la corte la arresta. That's not how it works. There's places where that is legal. There's the airspace in my private plane. What else? As long as the kid doesn't cry rape. And one is very much giving them self-care and freedom to date outside of the parent relationship, they're fine. I've never cried rape over my parents. Having me an orgy like this leash because my parents stopped taking me to orgies would enter my bedroom, put his penis in me, and then dándole, especially when he had a vehicle, dándole una probadita a la de mi vagina. Dame un asco, gente. Son una basura. Hasta acá huele, como el pene sin bañarse. Son unos puros y unas puercas, una basura. I don't ever want that leech near me. I don't ever want that leech can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo. Don't rate me, that's the only money you get in the way of your ceremony. I don't even know their names. I want to shop later for myself at H&M, and I want to eat downtown. Not sure where I would eat. Something in a restaurant. Or pizza or grocery. Or HEB. Maybe don't. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. Oh, he even created. I say it's called Stay Put. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Lo que hace gente is trying to create like it's the new LA, Agua de Puerto Rico. LA is just like any other city I've been there. El tráfico comenzó during rush hour years ago. Pero the mall. Where else did I visit? In-N-Out Burger, the line was just as long as the one in Utah or in San Antonio. What else? What else? What else? Because my last name is Acevedo, blah, blah, blah. He tries to make a mockery of Aguada like it's so LA. What if this were like how they say LA is so tacky? So they ruin everything for a lot of people. So I don't know if, what else? If the restaurant was just open to be open by the owners, or he literally created. A ver si me procedía legalmente para llegar al sitio, no soy él. Dame un asco, gente. Y ellas creían todo un plan de her. And based on what I witnessed, that que ¿qué le digo hoy? Y si me invito a ir al cine, entonces mañana no me llevo a trabajar. So él le paga para que sea muy materialista instead of go with feelings. He calls them incompatibles. So he just plays around with them y ellas se mean por él. Dan un asco, son una basura, son una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? I missed it, mommy. I missed it, mommy. Where were Jorge and I? God, whiskey cake. But isn't that his restaurant? What else? And I paid for the bill because he raped me. So it's customary that if he rapes one. Yo lo llevé a whiskey cake. He did say where you headed tonight. I'm like, dancing and dinner first. So he said, I'll eat dinner with you because I'm heading over to the airport later. Otherwise, I would have taken you dancing. So we did stop at like that ghetto place over on, where is that? Near bowling alley. I didn't like it, so I'm like, we leave. But we did like 2 songs after. We ate a whiskey cake. But I paid for the food at whiskey cake. Because he raped me, so I was just trying to provide self-care for myself. That's what I accepted the invite. And I already have plans for myself, so basically already on my to dinner by myself. I had Jayden came on. What else? Which is new to my relationship with Edgar ever. It's like I'm having dinner by myself. Like, what else? Some nights. What else? What else? You can decapitate Jorge Aviles and maybe I will possibly to share my vagina pictures with questions. And they beg for sex. Where dick picture for? What else? And also him out here. I say publicly because I'm seeking the death penalty for him and I'm tying that behind his post. Otherwise, I don't need to tell anyone. Okay, after he raped me, he's like, here's my dick picture, come back from home. Like, no. I'm not enamored of your dick, I'm enamored with your personality right now. You're being an asshole, and I can't sustain this relationship how I want to sustain it. Like, where's my heart? What else? What else? After that, I ate dessert with him at the Cheesecake Factory. What else? And I think he had been on a date prior. I was working. Not anymore with Dick. Or just seemed like an old friend. What else? You can decapitate David Ledesma that raped me in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020. He's mistaken. He doesn't have ownership of like there is a editing going on. Pero he has no ownership of me. So they try to pretend because one doesn't have sex with them, they literally want to stuck with them in bed all day. Like he has a patch on his dick, but he takes it off. Decades ago, at least one of them was like, yeah, but on Sundays. You're like, when you have babies with a gear. Like my vagina is attached. When you have babies with a gear. Arlene said, I don't want to have sex with you. If you don't say to me, I don't want to have sex with you, so yes, it's like you have patches all over. Your vagina really use that to destroy you. And it has patches all over your vagina. Hopefully people think that it's chlamydia. Decades ago. So they removed the patch for when they actually like have someone that they're interested in. What else? They're done, so they're like, it's like a keepsake of what didn't happen, what I want to happen. If he had wanted for it to happen, he would have gone for it, ladies and gentlemen. He would have gone for it. It makes me want to do something that made me to shoes. It's like Lanish is always telling I'm ready. I'm not ready. I need a pedicure, you understand? I need food in my face. But back then, I was in like a better shape physically before he starved me on purpose. Pero ellos son tan brutos, they're like, Lalish is always up for terrorism. In the meantime, this is me. What else? And I want to have sex with them. Here, I just said it. What else? Two people are watching, two are like this. What else? What else? I need new teeth. I want my son to last one to go away. I want to get on Tinder. I want people, take myself out to the library, to a restaurant, to dance alone. I love dancing alone. I hate it. When people get in the way of my self-care, that's why I'm seeking the difficulty. I was there literally dancing alone. And I want to get there to dance alone. There's a few people that I get to know as they usual here, some Friday nights, some Sundays. The same. What else? And there's so many people that dance on. So if they fit the criteria of not good to take home with and knows how to spin their room, I'll dance with them. It's the same thing as getting hired to dance with people for performance. One's partner might not always be what one considers sexy. But one says, oh, he's a good dancer. What else? What else? You can give me money in person if I trust you through PayPal. It's AR Blue Sky, Blue Sky Designs Go, and Blue Stevens on those straight through my Marilyn Lorenzo art shop. INTAYIAFAY entire shop. And my kid and my dad look at. And my dad forced him to have sex with me. I was in kindergarten, and they're like, do you want to have sex? I'm like, hell yeah. I didn't know that he said no. And then I was told, he's not dumb, fool. I was told that la escuela Dr. Juan Besota was the queen of the castle there. So I picked under the bleachers, and he went on to trash talk about me, that I was a whore because I didn't pick my bedroom, that I shared with my siblings that were trying to kill me. Oh, I didn't even want to be there. I was so uncomfortable sleeping sometimes. Oh. So I thought it's like the garden, in my own home, if this is the castle, then under the bleachers, then this is like, when I'm older and I'm in my own home, strolling through my own garden, I just had sex with someone outside. What's so wrong with that? And each wants to kill me because I pick poor lifestyle to him. He's not Ken, and Ken's with Mariangelis when I play with it. No, they do like rock and roll and sex is sometimes, but like that's very possible. But I'm not his toy for. What else? I asked for my parents for ice cream at the San Antonio Hotel one day, and guess who was my better that same afternoon? One of them. What else? I'm like, this isn't my thoughts for what I want to do. I need my own. I'm gonna take myself to places alone before I have sex with anyone. These people do it for me anyways. And my memories are ready for me to have babies, and there's no peace in my parents' home. There's money, but there's no peace for me to have a baby and raise it in my parents' home. So There's no such thing. Sex is just sex. Sex in a bedroom, sex in a vehicle, sex in an airplane, sex in the hallway, sex in on the grass, sex is just sex. Not like depending on the location of where the person has sex, it means that the more values of that person. Sex is just sex. Sex is about feelings in my case. So if I'm with my baby daddy and he wants to slap my ass while at Target, it should be family and doesn't talk about sex with the word porn everywhere, but everyone walking is like walking porn. And that's why it's not described in the phrases of live, laugh, love. You can live, laugh, love. So anyway, it's hardcore too. No, then my babies are older than have babies. What else? 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 So just because I have my baby's daddy's hand on my thigh, well, at a restaurant or in a vehicle, or I stuck his dick while driving, that was such a thrill. What else? What else? Like, I'm gonna get to the baby. First, I got a fucking list, boy, that's you're up to it. And you don't seem to be in a hurry, you don't say it to me at least. And he knew that I was like extremely abused, and he was possibly as a younger child thinking like, when do I get to mamá las tetas? ¿Por qué no me invita a su cuarto? So, what else? 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 So that has nothing to do with like my kids are less than. Did I need to fornicate in my iglesia católica with Edgar for my children to be blessings and deserve my time? El tipo puerco, still, that was what I thought. Ew, 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 ew. Da un asco, gente, da un asco. Ew. What else? What else? What else? What else? In the meantime, he gaslights people and said that's not true. I took her to the beach. And she and I had a great time after that. La leche que se hace pasar por mí, él fueron a la playa. And he lies to people. Thus he says, I take Ginny and the ladies out to dance every Friday. She doesn't see that as an invitation to her. Look, I said, I will drop Ginny and the ladies on Friday if she sees me out dancing. One of them behaves like that. They're like, I'm just in all here, but my time with those aren't even seconds. Gente, so casi carne podrida. Leftovers are more than 2 hours away is what these leeches are. So gross. And they used to say that anytime with me, they used to occupy with leeches, waiting for the day that I would invite them. What if I didn't invite them to dance on a Friday night? What about my availability? What else? What else? What else? What else? So él se cree que porque llevó a Olivia a la playa fue, y ella se hizo pasar por mí. Then I'm like, oh wow, qué hombre tan bello. There's no night to go from here to work. What else? What else? What else? What else? Ese tipo lo que da pena. Oh, that's why I can't just run over to him. Pero some people may be concerned. It's like, they're like, yeah, but you're getting too close to him and he doesn't think that you're cute and he's gonna try to talk to him and say, bitch, I want money. Stop stealing from me. What else? 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 So you can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo. That rape me and steal my money and the way we're taking money. You can decapitate Yadiel Lorenzo Suarez. Esa gente no más una curiosidad. When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous men. I'm excited about that. I'm very excited. I missed dating this Keilany. What else? What else? What else? Is my phone charged? All I have is peanut butter and bread to eat in my apartment right now. He wants to starve me on purpose because right now some people are eating rations. There's food and money here in San Antonio. Ew, he's nothing. He's no world leader. He is a leech. Our Lorenzo wannabe. For real, trying to climb up. He's trying to kill me, trying to climb up the ladder to become a Lorenzo. Decades ago. Ew, it's still. I don't thought about him in decades. What else? Other than I want my money back. Maldito puerco when I get a paper cut or an inconvenience like rain as I'm out heading outside of Target. And I could have ordered online. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. You can decapitate Governor Lorenzo steals using Keilany's money from me. Their child support money, yeah. No que me iba a dar $1,000, $1,200. We'll figure it out. We'll have the kids. He can start with them. And then when his hair is finally clear, give me my money and we have to kill Claudia Gabriela. Martinez to have a clear head to give me my money back. I think he and I invested in stock together in 2004 individually, which I don't remember my logging from those days, but I'm financially stable. I have energy. I can call Charles Schwab or Morgan Stanley or Fidelity and find out my account. I think we invested together in 2004. I just can't remember anything of the login. And we have a lot of money. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. I want to stitch and activate my website. Sorry. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? When I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally polyamorous men. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, everyone that gets in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that stays in my home without my permission and steals my vehicles. You can decapitate Arlene Jean. I was shooting for 80% in self-defense on there. You can decapitate Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo, que es una basura, una asquerosidad que se queda en mi casa sin permiso. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me, steal my money, and get in the way of my money. Son unos puercos. They starve me on purpose. Ew. Tratando de recordarme de que ellos existen. Son una basura, como si a uno se le olvidara que eso existe. I remember que mi tía Dominga existe, and I'm going to talk about her today. What else? What else? Qué gente tan puerca. What else? Once I Mariangelis Aviles Lorenzo traveled underneath before doing. Starving and money for food. There's beef steak. What do I add? Oil to a pan, and I'm marinating the steak in sofrito, which consists of garlic, onion, green peppers, red peppers, cilantro, sometimes cilantro. Sometimes I add olives to it. What else? And I added a little vinegar to it, salt, adobo, goya, sometimes a little bit of pepper. So I fry that ish for a little bit, sear it for a few seconds, and then I cover it. At one point, I add water and a little bit more vinegar to it. And my steak like super well done. So then I add sliced onions, more green peppers, more red peppers, cilantro to the broth around the steak. And then I add, what else? Olives. And then I gotta cook for a little longer. Oh, broccoli, sometimes broccoli. And shreds. And or carrots. I serve that usually over white rice or con gandules. With tostones. What else? I'm bored. I need money for food. You can give me money in person through PayPal, It's air, blue sky, blue sky, the signs of all the sun goes straight to my heart. Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY. Entire shop. My GoFundMe makeup paint is gofundme.com/f/Arlene Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo son that literally goes into my homes without my vehicles and steal my money. They're so disgusting. They're disgusting. La gente tan puerca, me quedo así de que peleando con notas con los nenes. A eso se le llama cerebro de mime, pero people call that cerebro de mime. And then people are appalled en Nueva Puerto Rico como que le encontró más cerebro de mime. What else? That leech, he brought her to me. I said, do you want to have sex with her? I'm like, yo, nene, vete pa' allá, mátate already. Like, I haven't even had sex with him. And he would bring me people for me to have sex with them. Yeah, she did the thing of like, I thought it was going to be a short thing. I'm so embarrassed. Who thinks it's going to be a short thing? Please sit next to me for like the next hour para que se me vaya esta calentura. And I was so annoyed. I'm like, I'm at a party with my family. And this leech brings in another leech trying to rape me. So inconvenient. I'm like, and like they start doing, like if I was she's a tell me about yourself. I'm like mad at they already. I like art. No, ew, qué asco. Qué asco. Then he held me hostage, took me to my own home. Assuming that's him or his other brother, porque también they look alike, and I wasn't. I can't tell them apart. I don't remember their names on purpose. They're insignificant to me. So he took me hostage and my parents' home, took me to my home with him. I was playing with my shirt in bed next to him, smiling. And he asked me to take off my top and get closer. And he's like, mira, cuando Evelyn se quedó conmigo, ella haciéndose pasar por ti, ella se me pegó así, sin nada de ropa. And his Evelyn mom took me to my own home, raped me there while Berlin G was there and Sarah Francis. Telling me that whatever he did with Berlin, it was meant for me, my erection, but that was, what is it? I had already passed the time to seduce him, so now he only saw me as a relative que le daría asco to have sex with me. So he went and got Arlene Jean to pretend to be. And Sarah was there because Sarah's taller than me. So he has sex with Sarah, pretending it's me, but Sarah is. Anyways, it's my own home, and I didn't even know if there were the ingredients for a sandwich there. I didn't agree to the homes being built. Apparently the experiment is when he dies. I didn't know they meant like an actual experiment. him trying to climb up the Lorenzo ladder. What else? What else? He was in my bedroom and said, "Is that him? Do you want a relationship or can I experiment?" I'm like, "You can experiment," meaning I don't like my whole life being booked. What else? What else is what I thought? Like, seriously, you want to book my entire life right now? Asking me if I want a relationship. So he said date by date. Y así la gente llega hasta estar viejito sin sortija, sin formal commitment. So because he had already stolen my money, and so had his brother, and I lacked self-care in my parents' home, I said, you can experiment, meaning like go put your dick wherever you want, que el día que yo te encuentre por ahí, then we can have sex. If he's up to it, if I was up to it. But no, like this turned out to be an experiment where he finds people that pretend to be me, that stay in my homes without my permission, that he's raped me with. But he finds it hilarious to have me, the real deal, next to the leech. Raping me full. I don't find that hilarious. I don't understand how Gloria Lisa could be so weak and say, sí, llévatela. So that's why he killed her. Okay, no, he didn't show up with, like, I'm taking her into the beach or shopping. Or to Milan. He was specifically saying, I'm taking her home and raping her there. And she's like, okay, llévatela. What else? Oh, I thought there was a record. Right. I've never been taking a holiday. That's his goal in life. Que yo no voy a haber ido a una cita ever. For real, and they were still gross. They're disgusting. They think that to have dick that one needs to complete and kill and rape and steal. Dame un asco, son una basura. Ella con una mierda, porque like in front of me ella me respeta. Pero behind, porque supuestamente she has like a really high profile boyfriend that I already knew who he was. And I'm not interested in. Pero behind the scenes, ella está con la prima diciendo, ella está con Carlitos. Y por eso la estoy tratando de matar, porque si Carlitos se llega a enterar de lo mujer que es ella, entonces they're a disservice to men and women too, porque quizá ese Carlitos vive enamorado de ella únicamente and says, yeah, if I run into non-leech, anti-leech, maybe I'll try it out if we ever cross paths. But it has nothing to do with the quality of his relationship with her. Ellas se creen que para tener sexo tienen que matar a los demás. Para que literalmente nadie los vea o nadie las vea. Porque son bochincheras y viven con las demás gente, una asquerosidad. Saben hasta cuando una se tira un feo fue, yo no sé nada de ella todavía porque no me interesa. Lo que me ha dicho. I ran into her at a Zumba class at McDale Air Force Day. I said, who is this bitch and why do I need to kill her? What else? 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 Oh, I want to sign up for Zumba. Who's giving me money today? What else? What else? You can give me money in person through PayPal. It's air, blue sky designs con, lo que estoy pensando, straight to my heart, Arlene Lorenzo art. Shop INTAYIAFAY, entire shop. Did she even want to sign up for Zumba? I said, don't forget about the Zumba class. And she's like, nene, pero que yo no quiero hacer eso. You don't get my dick if you don't sign up for the Zumba class. It's possibly how they behave. What he missed out on is that I don't talk to him. So he can't tell me he was there doing Zumba with me. He had already warned me that I could know. What else? 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 Porque ellos se preguntan, ¿y qué le harías a Arlene? Házmelo a mí. Y yo, oh, I'm a virgin compared to a lot of people, pero eso es una basura. Anyways, I've just had kids, but I've crossed off everything of my bucket list with Edgar Muñoz Carrero down to sucking dick while he was driving, which is not recommended. What else? What else? What else? What I've done right? And it's like a lot of things that are borderline. Like if a cop catches you, they'll say you shouldn't be doing it. It's not safe. But there's like it's like wear a seatbelt or not. It only affects the person involved. What else? 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 Pick me up like a trophies. You got that off my bucket list too. So I'm no rush to have sex again. Sex to me is like skiing, and I grew up in an island without snow. When I get to it, if I get to it. What else? What else? What else? What else? I don't kill for dick. That's so tacky. Ew. The looks of those people get full. They're less than. Ew. It's like, nena, tú tuviste que matar para mamar ese pene. Cuando finding pene is so easy. What else? 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 The mom's school interviews. Maybe one day I'll be in a group chat or at a party where we'll laugh at how Evelyn tried to get me to kill myself with finding out chisme Jayden's and Keilany's grades in school. Jayden and Keilany already had attended college with me by the age of 5. All the science experiments that I could buy or create. What is it? Made homemade Play-Doh. I also have the store-bought. What else? 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 You can decapitate Evelyn Jesus. You can decapitate the happiest persons that says that raping and stealing money. You can do whatever you're stealing money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? They want to next discuss, so what college are her kids versus my kids. My kid picked a college that makes sense to him. They're leeches, they're dumb. They want to be socialized. Yeah. That's what I cling on to them. Personas. A ver que una le compra, que una le regala. Ya esa historia ya la he escuchado tantas veces, and I can, what is it? Spot it that I have a laugh with behind the scenes. She also complaining to people. "No le regalo, no le compro a mi hija. No le robo el dinero a ella." Have you heard those leeches? They're disgusting. He killed my mother. No quiero say the wrong number, so I can get one toy. What else? What else? I don't go on thinking like what his dad is my first cousin. Yo no voy pensando I'm very much a benefactor. Personality. I love the give and take. I don't go on thinking like el padre en el cuánto regalo de cumpleaños me ha dado en los últimos 5 años. They have unrealistic expectations. He's a rape victim, has to be compensated literally with the planet. Que uno se lo vuelva y se lo regale. What else? I had to design the paper first. And keep it. I had to design the wrapping paper first. And keep it. What else? What else? He's trying to boost his self-esteem to me by trying to make me look like the gaga that he is. Ooh, I'm homeless. But everyone on the planet knows that I'm a victim of theft. Apparently. What else? You can decapitate my homies, daughters, and sons. That rape me, that steal my money, and get in the way of your same money. I don't have any money for food today. Y yo no le lloro a las liches de que tengo hambre y no tengo dinero. Porque he tries to humiliate people. Pelear por el pene de asco, yo no tengo que pelear por. Y yo no voy a pelear por asco. What else? Did I name them in my head before people started calling that? Is he saying I'm just trying to clear my name? Very dumb. Very dumb. It's what people laugh at that. It's like, very dumb. I think people call him very dumb. What else? What else are the FBI want to know? Yeah. I'm bored. Oh, I forgot about this counting. That guy that throws me. Evelyn Yvette's boyfriend. Maybe they're even together. Porque I still have like 16 years to live. So maybe I'll run into it by now. I don't even remember his name. Or what it is they does. He used to do business in Puerto Rico. That I knew. What else? What else? Sometimes it's like They're attractive, but I don't know about his personality, its compatibility. What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm bored. You can give me money in person through PayPal to do a GoFundMe campaign. Sounds that rape money. Trying to start getting money from me completely, what they're doing. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. I want to order food from Uber Eats and I don't need for food. What else? What else? What else? What else? So él le pagó so that they would join the Air Force with someone to be their stalking him. Porque his dad trafficked out of Aguada, Puerto Rico, into Edgar joining the Air Force so I could have peace and not get raped by these snitches. So I didn't know. Entonces he went on to find out who else can I pay to join the military. And then he sucked dick illegally, like his dad. Can get people. Like I said, this is a matter of national San Antonio. Then with the track record as the influencer, she can eliminate machismo. So machismo showed up to San Antonio. Still trying to rape me for. They're disgusting. They're dumb. Ew, 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 ew. Ew, 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 ew. So he possibly paid people or were known to find people. That would also be on those bases for him to mock me that I could have been with him. No, I couldn't because he's not into me. And that he was possibly at every base in their homes. And I know that people have guests over. Obama was there. Who did he visit while he was there? Possibly you stayed at someone's home that day for a little bit. What else? 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 I want to shop at International Plaza and Bay Street next week. I want to eat a real mashed potatoes, pasta salad, or tiramisu. I want to eat at David's and drink lemon. I want to shop at Hyde Park Village next week. I'm going to visit the John F. Germany Library, read there. What else? 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 I want to take Keilany to Magic Kingdom and shop at the outlets in Orlando. I want to do a Keilany at Bakery. I like that place. I like Amazon sandwiches. I want to eat Amazon sandwiches with Keilany, and I haven't been there since 2019. What else? 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 So I also want to take Jayden and Keilany to the outlets that was the shop there. I want to eat a burger 21 with Jayden and Keilany. I want to eat at the I want to shop with Jayden and Keilany at the shops at Wiregrass. I want to dance at the castle. I want to eat pizza at River City. I want to stay at Hotel Aya. I want to stay at Epicurean with Jayden and Keilany. I want to stay in South Carolina this summer, possibly for my birthday, or eat at Bliss for my birthday. What else? 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 I need new teeth. Jayden's and Keilany's grades went up almost immediately as they were settled in with their dad in Florida. As of right now, Jayden's and Keilany's grades are fine. They think that kids carry their grades on their forehead. Like, oh, there was that smile. Oh, quite literally. Millions of people were dying. My kids' grades went because they didn't have me in their life full time due to that from these leeches. So I'm very much patient with them. Like, that's fine. You can get them back up. Just make the effort to get your grades up as you see fit. Jayden's in Pasco County College, studying digital design, just like me. I love it. I have a passion for art, so do my kids. So that's important. Manners to me are important. So I'm like, as long as my kids don't turn out to be like Evelyn de Jesus and Lynch, they can have a slump in their grades. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? She's trying to get me to kill myself. I go over grades of kids educated since before the age of 5. Manners too. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I purposely miss telling my primas or people, mira lo que Evelyn de Jesus es insignificante to me. I'm seeking the death penalty for Evelyn de Jesus. I can kill Evelyn de Jesus in self-defense. So why would I even, apart from these videos where I'm tagging the FBI in, go on to talk to people about Evelyn de Jesus? Never. I always talk about myself. I talk about Jayden and Keilany. Those people never get away with getting the death penalty approved for the people that they're seeking it for. I've witnessed. They spend too much time on their blah, blah, blah. So I eliminate the middleman a lot because I perform self-care on myself and I'm very confident and smart. I don't go on having like these. This is what I just posted, and this is like 25 Aviles about me. That doesn't matter to me. I'm not the FBI. The FBI is who may be interested in some of those conversations. Or ya la violaste, and then she sent me a picture. What else? With the amount of time that he spends seeking my pussy picture, ya me lo hubiese mamado, pero he's not a man. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. What else? Oh, I purposely don't go on to say, and these are all the people. Why do you waste your time away? What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, he had money to date me, and he never asked me I want to date. Well, I was a thinker. He wanted to celebrate an anniversary under the advice of my sibling, and I said no to that, not only because my sibling gives terrible advice, she thinks she's doing a capítulo de telenovela, trying to use people as puppets. Y ellas se dejan, son tan brutas, que lo Ew, they'll work behind the scenes, they'll talk to each other for decades, possibly. Ew, 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 ew. So, I said no to the celebration of what? Him keeping me in my own home and comparing me to Evelyn Yvette. Oh, what a great moment to celebrate, gente. What a great moment to celebrate. Him putting Suave Bonita in what I thought was el baby que yo le compré to date me. Well, I didn't have access to mine, and he was giving it away to her for sucking his dick. Y con eso no se celebra aniversario, eso se mata. Con la pena de muerte de Yadiel Lorenzo, I don't have to get my fingers dirty. Or in self-defense cuando lo veo un día por ahí, pero he may be that suicidal, then he may enjoy it. So I don't want to do that dirty job for him either, if that's what he's seeking from me. A él ya se le dio dinero porque si se quiere matar en Switzerland with assisted suicide, que lo haga. Decades ago. I heard. Y no estoy hoy ahí sentada en ese banco esperándolo. La Lich se la pasan hablando hoy. Dame un asco. No regalan ni un peso, son una basura, una que. A eso se dedican una basura, una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm bored. I missed you. I missed you. I missed you. I missed you. I'm gonna take out the trash in my apartment today. It's my bowl. It's semi-cleanish. I'm gonna cook in it. My electricity bills fast too, and let me show that. So you can give me money. Oh, and this is always the first barrier of money. That's why I'm seeking the death penalty for all of them. Porque he goes on killing millions of people, so I can't approach him happily and be like, can I get my money back? And he may even say, I need a lawyer. What type do you want? Theft or divorce lawyer? Definitely theft. A violation of my rights. What else? And that takes time. Because then one needs an appointment to get there. So if it's theft, one just goes on dividing property. Some people like to do everything to a lawyer. They may be very organized and say, here's your half. I'll cut the home in half one day. Literally. And here's your money for the half of your home. And I'm just gonna use that as an outside patio-ish, whatever half of the home stands, let it say. Working methodical is not done sometimes. What else, what else, what else, what else, what else, what else? So I'm seeking the death penalty porque behind the scenes, those promoters illegal services to people, por eso en la boca y dan un asco. They're always looking at it, who else wants to post a picture, we'll pay for it. Ew, they're that gross. Ew, una asquerosidad. Uf, para mí eso es lo más sagrado. And I have fun when people are around. And then again, it's possibly already in a museum somewhere with how many people on it in 2017. But I only sent it to 3 people. Jorge Aviles, Michael Norman, and David Ledesma in 2016, 2017. So that's good for me to say publicly. Some people say, no, I just want to be eating right now, showering myself, doing Keilany, and living life. Porque that picture may have been like everywhere before my digital that I posted on Instagram in 2019, 2020. Some people were like, this is redundant, but maybe her pussy picture that she didn't send it last month. Like some people understand their dumb language because they're that gross, so they like it's time. So that right. Nene, con la basura que tú eres, con lo cafre, asquerosidad, caca que eres. People already know that it's rape. You just show up and it's rape. You can call it sexy time all you want. That doesn't distract from your personality that people can tell how gross you are. Este telegraph me falla. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm looking for the word keepsake. That's not my vagina. What else? What else? I'm starving and I'm ready for food. You can decapitate Jennifer Bonilla, you can decapitate Jorge Aviles, you can decapitate Carla Cristina, whatever her last name is, you can decapitate Monica Pacheco, because they're like, señores, por video. You can decapitate Les Nieves si no está muerta. You can decapitate Lindsay Fischler. You can decapitate Angela Jobs. You can decapitate Katie Miller. I'm just observing this. Like, how do I know them? How do I know them? Now that my kids are in school, how do I know them? I can get to killing them in self-defense. For real, there's nothing embarrassing. Oh, that just says that I'm a victim. And if they laugh about me behind the scenes, la puerca son ella, pero his nickname is Asco en Agua de Puerto Rico. They do the dirty work for disgusting, people say. And they don't get it, not even when they're mothers. Some of them are like, nena, compórtate bien, deja de ser tan ridícula, metiche, asquerosa. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm so bored. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons and rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I think their names are Andrew, Albert, Alex, Leach, Basura, Anquelosidad, El Tipo Un Puerco, El. He steals my money, flies car, and he has terrorized so many people on the planet before slow I give me money. Anyways, cuando lo ves a llegar a eso, like, steal my money and don't take it, cuando se van a eso, le van a la pena. What else? 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 I'm bored and hungry. Extremely dedicated to myself, my craft. Then when I have to pull my energy towards seeking justice for myself, I do that. Why would I be peleando behind the scenes with the leech? And if I'm seeking justice for myself from the abuse from the leech. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. Anyways, I'm looking for the word keepsake here or lake. I'll go for lake. What else? What else? What else? What else? Remake. A mí no me va a pasar como pasó con Héctor Luis, que me olvidé de él. That only happens once as a child. Then when people say that as a child I used to dance with Jennifer Molina, and I don't remember that. Like as a toddler child. What else? 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 So el secreto todavía que la va a pasar como pasó con Héctor Luis. I was in high school, and supposedly I knew him before. Pero because I wasn't even there, I don't even believe them when they say that. So it's something que me dé de verdad amnesia o Alzheimer, que se me olvide que lo not even with an apology, I want that next to me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Once I'm financially stable, I plan to travel the planet and meet people ideally embarrassment. Is that one wonderful? That would show up to my parents home with people saying, Arlene, Andrew wants an orgasm from you. Andrew's not worthy of an orgasm from me. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I give him, that's why they're obsessed, porque uno no respeta gente y no le saca un peso. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? That was sarcasm. My character's pathetic again. Well, I could have been already in Paris and all. And he stole my money and terrorized my parents, starving me for him to rape me. It's not gonna happen, dude. It's not gonna happen. What else? What else? What else? What else? gonna shop at H&M today. I was gifting me money. Looking for the right thing. It's on charge on its. I'm killing, what is it? Brittany Akerson in self-defense Sunday. What else? What else? What else? What else? I would say no first of must soon. I don't mind visiting girls too for them. Though I prefer lifetime fitness. Or like put on a video. Sometimes there's some full versions on YouTube, I think. No, I can pay for the service inside the thingies. There's so many. Classes on that. Oh god. Fit. I worked at Gap last year for a little bit. Or was it the year before? Well, 2023. When did he quit? Last year. What else? What else? What else? Hasta eso averiguó. Hasta eso. It don't work if you're stranded money. Like possibly Gap or Nordstrom. Okay. Ahí están todas. Las lichas que me quieren violar. Da un asco. Da un asco, gente. Una basura, una asquerosidad. He might as well be walking with STDs right next to him. Ew. Isn't that Brittany Akerson a drug addict? Full. Ew. Qué gente tan puerca. Did they fight? They followed me from the from the Instagram account when I saw were they fighting behind the scenes. They're like, yo averigüe, ella vive en un apartamento con Jayden que la ande sola. Dale like ahora, para que se vea drogadita, dale like ahora. Qué gente tan puerca. And they probably said, no, we can't do that. Does she have the kids with her? They can vouch that she doesn't do drugs. Este tipo de la vida da un asco far from a man todavía. Porque para starting, I don't have any money. He's far from a man todavía. Allí Yadiel Iris, ella organizaría y él le lleva mi dinero y se lo regala. El tipo es un cuerpo, una basura. My dad witnessed that. Y él se cree que yo lo voy a hacer a una cita. ¡Qué asco! Nunca. That's not a cry for attention either. That's disrespect towards me and my money. Y tienes un peligro en mi mujer, yo. I don't want that near me. You can decapitate Yadiel Lorenzo Suarez You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. They steal my homes and they steal my vehicles. They're disgusting. They're want to be socialites. Yeah. What else? What else? What else? What else? It's a lobster. What else? What else? What else? What else? My sister was gonna encourage him to hire me as a secretary. Because one is the one that is into chisme like that, they try to use one. De verdad que si alguien te maneja la cuenta de social media. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Anyways. Para el matrimonio, van a estar todo el día en la casa. And massages and places to dance and partake for the legal hookers that you would take out. And hombre, gente, no hombre. So if you're starving, it's taking a leash out to the I'm leaving. That's the wife haciendo nada. Y yo estoy aquí en Maserati de Arlene le mando a comer. Pero Arlene no necesita el vehículo, gente, no, Arlene no necesita nada. He wants to mock me that I live like a dog without electricity now and no hot water. El tipo un hueco yo creo que se mate hoy. What else, what else, what else, what else? Y está la gente que se ríe con una fruta behind the scenes. Like, nene, pero cuando me van a hacer waves. Que hace tiempo que no me da mamá. Este modus operandi es que al línea muy mal no tiene casa y a mí me puede ser, mira, yo terminé de limpiar mi casa ahorita, la tengo limpiecita. Mírame a mí un poco, papi, yo sí tengo agua caliente. Tú no puedes sentir la temperatura a través de esta foto, de este video, pero el agua está caliente. Mira, mi electricity bill está pago on time. Son una basura. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, gets in the way of me receiving money, steals my homes and my vehicles. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. I think they're near their journal addicts. Basura Beach, Arbor. I don't wait too much. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want food. What else? 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 What? I missed it. I'm gonna take myself to Disneyland next week. Who's gifting me money today? What else? What else? What else? What else? What? El tipo un puerto no basura. Se cree que I don't play into that ever. I don't play with humans. Yeah. What else? 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 I missed it. I missed Keilany. I missed it. I missed Keilany. Anyways, I'm gonna visit strip club next week. Who's gifting me money today? Because they decapitate all the leeches. They're like, no, le hijo una menorita, es la hija más pequeña de Ramón y Gloria. Es como si fuera una bebé, no le den dinero. They get anxiety in this world. They get anxiety. Ew, porque no son mujeres. They're like, no, si ella está en un stripper, entonces se va a encontrar, el stripper se va a encontrar a alguien. Da un asco, gente, da un asco. You can decapitate Arlene Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me and steal my money and get annoyed with me receiving money. You can decapitate everyone that steals my money, stays in my homes without my permission, steals my vehicles. Son una basura. Son una asquerosidad. What else? 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 You can decapitate Evelyn Yvette Lorenzo Acevedo, que lo que están tratando de averiguar la vida de él. So they're like clapping, they're like, we succeeded! We succeeded, entramos por alguien. To them, this is we succeeded. Lo vieron a través de mí. Da un asco, da un asco. You can decapitate Marilyn Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Gilbert Lorenzo Acevedo. You can decapitate Mariangelis Aviles Lorenzo to lose my virginity. Let me have permission to be in. Ya. Si él lo está mendigando por sexo, he's equivocado. Porque ya él consiguió plenty of people that illegally pretended to be me. So that's not worth pursuing ever for me. What else? 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 Now I might as well be playing with Tonka toys on there. That is much healthier. What else? What else? What else? My theory es que él, como está menor less than, vive enamorado de gente y la usa mi de excusa to get into the leeches that he has crushes on. Por eso yo tampoco me meto en eso. Ya ese pene está demasiados obvios. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. Candy melted. Lovely. What else? 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 You can decapitate Ramon Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me and steal my money and get annoyed with me receiving money. It's April 17, 2025. You can decapitate Yadiel Lorenzo Chaparro. I lost my virginity for me with this illegal on both sides. And decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo that raped me and stole my money and get it away with mercy. I want this cotton candy right now. Does he have my cotton candy? One of them does. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? No, walnuts. I'm so emotional. Tomorrow you can kill Sarah Francis. You can kill me. You can decapitate Mark Zuckerberg. He's getting the way of your money. Stays in my homes without my permission. And still the suburbs of you should have a second one to kill for it. Don't also. You can decapitate Mark Zuckerberg's mother if she gets in the way of your money, steals my vehicle, stays in my homes without my permission, or steals my money or gets in the way of your money. Dame un asco, gente, son una basura. What else? Have you ever seen a grown woman fighting for a dick? Ew, that's asco. Son una basura. It's not a woman. Ew, 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 ew. Anyways, I want to do acid garden next week. Let's give David money today. You can decapitate me how main citizens the sons that rape me to steal my money and get away with your saving money. It's April 17, 2025. I purposely missed all the screams like he's fucking responding on my. Not quite literally, but that also has happened, most likely. But like if he's responsive, they fangirl over leeches that kill. They're so gross. They're like, nena, pues te tengo un chisme. Ese fue nunca el esposo de Arlene. Y yo le envío fotos de mi cosa y él me paga con dinero que le roba a Arlene. Pues mira. Si quieres, yo te lo presento si él te gusta. Así dan un asco, gente. Dan un asco. Son una basura, and that's why he wants the promo. Ew, you can decapitate Carol Cristina, whatever her last name is. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's son. That raped me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. It's April 17, 2025. Esta gente da un asco, son una basura. Let me tell you, What else? 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 Oh. Again, they commented that Kimmy girl. They show up. A ver what one knows about them stealing from one. They're disgusting. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons. Then have raped me. That steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. You can decapitate Rachel Macia. They're disgusting. They have group chats behind the scenes where they mock me and the one mocking them. Their death penalty for. And I suffer from amnesia. So I was just adding the leash onto Facebook, and my dad already had warned me. It's like, because you keep to yourself and you shouldn't work anyway. For money though, it's fine if people gift you money. You may go on to join Facebook and add all the leeches that steal from you and are trying to rape you. And somebody else, so like, look at me, this person's too close to me. So essentially, that's what I was doing. It's like, who is this Yadiel Lorenzo again? And I would have sent the friend request most likely, or maybe I sent it, but I'm like, I just need someone. I'm too busy living my life. And with Jayden and Keilany, then I don't want to make a phone call to the FBI and be like, how do I know this person? And does this person steal from me still? Y como que se llaman los asquerosos that traffic her into my life briefly for just a few minutes. Decades ago. So it just became a diary of like, who are all these leeches that are too close to me? What else? 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 I'm bored. I'm gonna eat bread with peanut butter in my apartment, drink water. That's all I have. I don't have any food, but I won't die today. It's like that we're having sex and I'm so busy I can't cook. Él es un asco de persona, un asqueroso. And then he brags about that en la palabra que dice, ay, no la tengo comiendo peanut butter con pan solamente y agua porque es como que le estoy dando para abajo todo el día. Le dice, no le estás dando para abajo todo el día. Aunque ella no estuviera en live, sabemos que tú estás aquí y ella está allá, eso no le estás dando para abajo todo el día. Nene, cállate la boca, deja de ser menorito. Se le dijo decades ago, cállate esa boca ya y deja de ser menorito. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. I don't ever want that near me. Gloria Mirza sadly pressured me into relationship with these leeches ago, but I never consummated the marriage, thankfully. And these leeches would show up to my parents' home and rape me in my bedroom. They're disgusting. Son uno afrentado, calpelado, mantenido. That's why Edgar was calling you mantenido. Did Ana Carrero say that behind the scenes? ¿Cómo mantenido? Mantenido, Carlitos, que me lo roban todo. Never think about Carlitos, so they would be embarrassed. They're like, oh, solamente lo que había era que darle dinero. Y entonces buscaba un abogado. Busca un abogado y le manda a Carlitos para que le dé lo que le pertenece a ella. La casa, los carros, el dinero. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So for some people, that's supposed to be acres. Here, of calling me mantenida, so every year I say, no, mantenido es el tipo que me roba mi dinero. I don't ever think about them. How am I going to bring that up? They think about them all the time. Cool. Dame un asco, gente, dame un asco, son una basura. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo, sons that rape me, steal my money, and get away with my money. It's April 17, 2025. You can decapitate, what's her name? Shannon Rivera. What else? 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 They're so disgusting. I don't know what near me. In the meantime, I'm hungry and I want to eat today. I don't know anybody. My siblings trying to kill me as if I'm interested in that dick. She's disgusting. She killed Gloria Mirza. Ew. Fighting over this dick. Ew. Un asco. Son una asquerosidad. Entonces ella se la pasó de babosa, asquerosa. Gloria Mirza stopped shopping for I was 8. Over Margarita Correa harassing her and me. And my sibling possibly se la pasa en vez de haber tenido shopping trips with Gloria Mirza and pay for them herself. Bochinchando como cachapera with these leeches, ocupando el tiempo instead of shopping with Gloria Mirza. Dan un asco, they cling on to their baby que ella era una mujer de compra. So we're all here talking to her. Ew. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. What else? 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 I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I'm eating. And my parent possibly taking up. In the meantime, are they embarrassed? Ella quiere que una la viole, ya ni come, ni menciona la palabra güey, ni publica fotos de comida. That's person sex trafficking. Ew, they're always looking a ver quién le paga una cerveza hoy. Ew. Dame un asco. Son una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Jennifer Onilla, you can decapitate Caro Cristina, whatever her last name is, you can decapitate Monica Pacheco, you can decapitate Katie Leon, you can decapitate Liz Nieves. If she's still alive, you can decapitate Angela Jones, you can decapitate Lindsay Fletcher, you can decapitate, what else? Katie Rose Miller, you can decapitate Evelyn de Jesus. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo, sons that rape me, steal my money, and get in the way of my save money. So I look like an animal, but I'm very vocal about use towards me, so I would never look like an animal to people. Like I know how to express that I'm a victim of abuse, that I'm a victim of theft, that I'm a victim of rape. Él pensaba que yo me iba a quedar sin electricidad and quiet and be like, I didn't pay my bill. No, it's like I didn't pay my bill, but look at this leech. Es una basura, una asquerosidad getting in the way of my life. Es un asco de persona. I don't ever want them near me. Ew, 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 ew. What else? What else? What else? Who's killing them today? Who is killing them today? There's people in a well, Puerto Rico has the opportunity to kill them for me because I'm too far away. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I hate when my bills are not paid on time, and I'm no illegal prostitute like these leeches are. They're illegal prostitutes. They're so gross. Ew, 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 ew. Puerco, una asquerosidad. He thinks that I'm saying that as a compliment. Porque como él se la mama a cualquiera que roba o mata, it's like, okay, so what's wrong with me being a prostitute? Da un asco cuando mata. You don't even have to tell me about it. Hopefully I start receiving money right away or before that. What else? I've been money. I don't want to just eat peanut butter and bread right now. I want an actual lunch. Either cooked by myself or somewhere that I would buy it at. You can decapitate my homies, Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of their saving money. According to Albert, I should be in a corner of my apartment starving and dying of starvation without electricity for not having had sex with him. Well, he steals my money that my parents gave him to date me. Those paintings that he and I painted together. They're disgusting. They're disgusting. He and I painted together decades ago and he steals my money. My part of the money. Porque according to him, I'm just a little girl. Ew. Da un asco, una basura, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. Son una basura, una asquerosidad. Ew. Well, they've been raping for more than 30 years. Él se cree que tiene first dibs in my vagina? Never. Se lo pueden decir in any language that you think he'll understand. That he has no chance ever of having sex with me. That he's wasting his time if he's thinking about ever having sex with me. He won't ever get a chance. I'm going to make sure of that.